my name is Jaden Taylor. I'm a first-year political science major from Upland, California. You may often hear when you go to the doctor's office, on the news, or from your parents that you need to get a vaccine. But what are vaccines, and why are they important to societal health? A vaccine is a substance used to stimulate the production of antibodies and provide immunity against one or several diseases, prepared from the causative agent of disease, its products, or a synthetic substitute, treated to act as an antigen without inducing the disease. In other words, a vaccine is a substance placed in your body that allows your body to build up the strength to fight a certain disease or illness. They boost your body's immune system in order to protect you from diseases. Vaccines create immunity that protects you from an infection without causing the suffering of the disease itself. Vaccines do not contain the type of germ that makes you sick. Some vaccines do not contain any germs. Having this little bit of germ inside your body makes your body's defense system build antibodies to fight off this kind of germ. Antibodies are used by the immune system to identify and neutralize bacteria and viruses that could lead to disease. Your body can make antibodies in two ways, by getting the disease or by getting the vaccine. Getting the vaccine is a much safer way to make antibodies without having to suffer the disease itself and the risk of becoming disabled or even dying. Antibodies stay with you for a long time. They remember how to fight off the germ. If the real germ that causes the disease, not the vaccine, enters your body in the future, your defense system knows how to fight it. Often, your body's defense system will remember how to fight a germ for the rest of your life. However, sometimes your defense system needs a booster shot to remember how to fight off the germ. Health and medical experts have hailed vaccines as being one of the major achievements in the 20th century, but not everyone agrees. Concerned parents are opting to forgo vaccinations for their children for multiple reasons. Some people have forgo different vaccinations due to a high risk of potential allergic reactions. Some cite religious beliefs as the reason behind their refusal to get vaccinated. It was also believed that a vaccine wouldn't protect you. Those who are vaccinated can still get sick, but they will experience mild symptoms. People also think the risks outweigh the benefits. This is currently the biggest objection in the United States. Parents cite medical risks, including autism, as a potential consequence of being vaccinated. Some opposition to vaccines comes directly from a mistrust of science or a mistrust of the government. One of the most common and popular vaccines is the flu vaccine, also known as influenza. Influenza is a serious disease that can lead to hospitalization and sometimes even death. Every flu season is different, and influenza infection can infect people differently. Even healthy people can get very sick from the flu and spread it to others. Over a period of 31 seasons between 1976 and 2007, estimates of flu-associated deaths in the United States range from a low of about 3,000 to a high of about 49,000 people. During recent flu seasons, between 80% and 90% of flu-related deaths have occurred in people 65 years and older. Flu season in the United States can begin as early as October and last as late as May. During this time, flu viruses are circulating at higher levels in the US population. An annual seasonal flu vaccine is the best way to reduce chances that you will get the seasonal flu and spread it to others. When more people get vaccinated against the flu, less flu can spread through that community. Flu vaccines cause antibodies to develop in the body about 2 weeks after vaccination. These antibodies provide protection against infection with the viruses that are in the vaccine. The seasonal flu vaccine protects against the influenza virus that research indicates will be the most common during the upcoming season. Traditional flu vaccines are made to protect against 3 viruses in influenza: an H1N1 virus, an influenza A H3N2 virus, and influenza B virus. There are also flu vaccines made to protect against 4 flu viruses called quadruplet vaccines. These vaccines protects against the same viruses as trivalent vaccines and additional B virus. Some people opt to get the nasal mist rather than the injection. However, the CDC recommends that people get the injection rather than the nasal mist.
Hi, my name is Cameron Miller, a freshman journalism major out of Chicago, Illinois. Another common vaccination is the HPV vaccination. HPV is an infection that causes warts in several parts of the body and is a common type of sexually transmitted infection. Most sexually active people will get HPV at some time in their lives, though most will never know it because HPV usually has no signs or symptoms. It is estimated that as many as 75% of the reproductive age population has been infected with one or more type of genital HPV, and up to 5.5 million new infections occur each year. HPV can be spread by mother to baby by pregnancy, labor, or nursing, and having unprotected vaginal, anal, or oral sex. HPV infection can cause cervical, vaginal, and vulvar cancers in women, penile cancer in men, and anal cancer, cancer of the back of the throat, and genital warts in both men and women. The first time HPV was discovered was back in 1956 by a group of scientists. It was in 1984 when Harold Zurhausen discovered, cloned, and attributed cervical cancer to HPV 16 and 18. Through his research, he has contributed to the production of 6 vaccines. HPV vaccines stimulate the body to produce antibodies that, in future encounters with HPV, bind to the virus and prevent it from infecting cells. The current HPV vaccines are based on virus-like particles that are formed by HPV surface components. The HPV vaccine is recommended for preteen boys and girls at age 11 or 12 so they are protected before ever being exposed to the virus. The HPV vaccine is given in 3 shots. The second shot is given 1 or 2 months after the first shot, then a third shot is given 6 months after the first shot. The CDC recommends receiving the full HPV vaccine series. Another common vaccination is the polio vaccine. Polio virus, also known as poliomyelitis, was found by Jonas Salk. In 1950, polio was one of the most feared diseases. Polio is a virus that can affect the spinal cord. This virus can make your muscles weak and it can cause you to be paralysis. Polio can be contracted by the mouth. The polio virus was developed in 1953 and was available in 1957. Since 1979, the disease was no longer in the U.S. Polio was brought into the state by travelers in 1993. 1 in 200 people infected with polio are most likely to become paralysis. 95 through 99% of people who contract the virus are asymptomatic. The symptoms of polio are fevers, sore throats, headaches, vomiting, fatigue, and meningitis. Maintaining a high immune system through the vaccinations, you will become polio-free. There are 2 types of vaccine that protect against polio: inactivated poliovirus vaccine (IPV) and oral poliovirus vaccine (OPV). IPV is given as an injection in the leg or arm, depending on the patient's age. Polio vaccine may be given at the same time as other vaccines. Most people should get polio vaccine when they are children. Children get 4 doses of IPV at these ages: 2 months old, 4 months old, 6 to 18 months, and a booster dose at ages between 4 to 6 years. OPV has not been used in the United States since 2000, but it is still used in many parts of the world. Vaccines are very important to societal health. Immunization efforts achieve the global eradication of smallpox, as well as the elimination of polio, measles, and rubella from the Americas. Vaccines can save lives, protect people from disease and death, and reduce medical costs. It is always better to prevent a disease than to treat it after it occurs, and with vaccines, we can do this. In an interview with physician Dr. Amelia Murray, she stated her views on why she believed vaccinations are important. She stated how the use of vaccines can protect you from not getting diseases, and how some diseases, for example, chickenpox, have become virtually extinct on behalf of vaccines. She stated that getting vaccinations is in fact the decision of the patient, but however, when you decide not to get vaccines and become infected, you are putting others at risk. Dr. Murray highly recommends vaccinations of all sorts in order to protect the public from various diseases. Vaccines are important. They protect you and those around you. Do your part and get vaccinated.